change of subject of formula, by the end of this lesson, students should be able to understand what it means to change the subject of a formula, apply algebraic techniques to rearrange formulas, successfully change the subject of given formulas. Changing the subject of a formula is rearranging the formula so that a different variable is the subject. This is done by using inverse operations and moving terms from one side of the equal sign to the other. Formula is a mathematical rule or relationship that uses letters to represent amounts which can be changed. These are called variables. Example, V equals to U plus 80. Variable is a symbol that stands in for an unknown numerical value in an equation. Example, Y equals to 2x plus C. In that equation, y, x, and c are variables. Subject of the formula is the variable that is being solved for. It is the letter that appears alone on one side of the equal sign. Inverse operations are pairs of mathematical operations that undo each other. For example, addition and subtraction are inverse operations, and multiplication and divisions are inverse operations. So the inverse operation of addition is subtraction. Subtraction is addition, inverse operation of multiplication is division, and division is multiplication. Inverse operation of square root is square. Changing the subject of formula basically means getting a letter on its own on one side of the equation. Example, V equals to U plus 80. When you change the subject to U, it will be U equals to V minus 80. When you change the subject to A, it will be A equals to V minus U over T. When you change the subject to T, it will be T equals to V minus U over A. The steps in changing subject of formula are: number 1, identify the variable you want to make the subject. 2, move all other terms to the other side of the equal sign. Use inverse operation to move a number, term, or variable. Repeat this process until the remaining variable is the subject. Okay, let's look at this formula and see how we can make x the subject of formula. And what we want to do is to bring c and 2 to one side so that we can have x on one side. That is the idea of subject of formula. So the first thing we may try to move to this side is c. And how do we do that? Is by applying the inverse operation of plus, which is minus. So, and remember, whatever you do to this side, we are going to do to this side. So we are going to subtract c from this right hand side and subtract c from this left hand side. So we have y minus c equals to 2x plus c minus c, you see, and this will give us y minus c equals to 2x plus 0, because c minus c is 0. So we have y minus c equals to 2x. So you can see that we have succeeded to push c from the right hand side to the left hand side. Now remaining 2, because we want to make x the subject of formula, we want only x to be on one side. Apply the inverse of multiplication, because this is 2 times x and the inverse of multiplication is division. So we're going to divide both sides by 2 in order to remove 2 from this side and bring it down here. So divide this by 2 and divide this side by 2. 2 cancel 2, we have y minus c all over 2 equals to x. So you can see that we now have only x on one side. The conventional way to write formulas is to make sure that the subject is always by the left hand side. So we can as well rewrite this equation to be x equals to y minus c over 2. So this is how we make x the subject of the formula here. Okay, let's look at this formula. We want to make K the subject of formula. So we begin by taking K from here to here, and to do that we have to apply the inverse operation of minus K, which is plus K, and whatever we do to this side we are going to do to this side. So we're going to add K to both sides. So this will be Y plus K equals to MA minus K plus K. Okay, so this is Y plus K equals to MA minus K plus K. Definitely will give you 0, because when you are adding to a negative number it will become subtraction. Okay, so this will be Y plus K equals to MA. Then what else can we do? Remember, our focus should be on K because we want to make it the subject of formula. We want it to be alone on one side. So we have to remove Y so that K can be alone. And how do we do that? We apply the inverse operation of addition, which is subtraction. So we are subtracting Y from both sides. So we are going to have Y minus Y plus K equals to MA minus Y. Yes. So what do we have? Y minus Y is 0 plus K equals to MA minus Y. This is the same as K equals to MA minus Y. So I've been able to make K the subject of the formula. Okay. Let's look at this formula. V equals to U plus AT. Let's try to make A the subject of formula. We're making A the subject of formula. Okay, first of all, let's see how we can remove U to this side. And by doing that, we have to apply the inverse operation of addition, which is subtraction. So we subtract U from both sides of the equation. So we have V minus U equals to U minus U plus AT. This will give us V minus U equals to U minus U is 0 plus AT. So we now have V minus U equals to AT. So remember, we are making A the subject of formula, so we have to see how we can remove T by applying the inverse operation of multiplication, which is division. So we divide both sides by T, and we're going to have V minus U over T equals to T will cancel T here, and we have A. So we can write this equation by bringing the A to the left hand side. So we have A equals to V minus U all over T. So we have been able to make A the subject of formula. Let's consider this equation. We want to make L the subject of formula. We want to make L the subject of formula. So our work is to see how we can move these two variables to this other side. Let's start from A. A is already a denominator and is dividing these two variables. So how do we eliminate A? By applying the inverse operation of division is multiplication. So we are going to multiply both sides by A. So we have R times A equals to PL over A times A. Okay, so what do we have here? We have RA equals to this A will multiply this, meaning that this will become a denominator that will cancel this A. Alright, because this is the same thing as PLA over A, so A cancel A, so we have PL left. Okay, since we want to make L the subject of formula, we have to see how we can bring this to this other side. This is multiplying this, so we apply the inverse operation, which is division. We divide both sides by this variable, so we have this and this. This cancel out this, so we have arrow A over P equals to L. This can be rewritten as L equals to arrow A over P. So we have been able to make L the subject of formula for this equation. In our next topic, we are going to be looking at equations that involve squares and square roots.